There are so many best practices when it comes to sales and sales strategies. And when I was running my previous sustainable fashion consultancy, a lot of them were really sleazy and I didn't resonate with them. So I wanted to talk about it in this video and talk about what I'm doing instead to authentically bring in sales, but also sustainably grow my business. Because in case you're new here, I am on a mission to sustainably scale and grow my new business and do it in a way where it sustains my lifestyle. So I'm not burning out all the time. I'm able to fit my business around my life and not my life around my business, which I was previously doing. And also make sure that it can fulfill me financially. I can do all the things I want to do. It can sustain my lifestyle. I can save up. And then, of course, not have too harmful of an impact on the planet. So that's my mission now. And I'm also documenting my journey as I do that and helping clients achieve the same thing. In doing so, sales is a big part because I like to help people consciously create wealth and ensure that their business is funding their lifestyle and they're able to afford what they want to do and all this stuff. So finances and sales is a big part of that. And I previously was applying and utilizing so many tired best practices, I like to say. I've gone through a whole journey with sales, and it's not like I had a bad mindset necessarily, but I think it came from a place where I felt like an imposter. I felt like maybe my services should be free and I shouldn't be charging. Like there was a lot of that type of stuff going on. And so in this new version, I'm approaching sales a little bit differently. But before I break that down, I wanted to just quickly remind you that I have a free mini course that I have just put together. I'm so proud of it. It's called Your Success Roadmap. And in this new era, I've noticed that there isn't a lot of content and resources out there helping you get to your aligned version of success. There's so much stuff out there that I like to, again, refer to as tired best practices, where you're trying to achieve success at all costs, you're hustling, it's more, bigger is better, all this stuff. And I'm just over it. I just feel like it's not sustainable. You can't do that for decades and decades, which is what it takes to build a long-lasting legacy business and also build a career that you're passionate about. Instead, in Your Success Roadmap, which is my free mini course, I work out with you what your aligned version of success is, what you really want to achieve, not what society prescribes and shoves down your throat. From that, we're going to assess where you are right now, where you want to go, what the gap is, and then we will build a roadmap to help you achieve it. I cover all of that in this free mini course, and you can access it at selenaho.com/roadmap. You can also click the link down below. I'm really excited for you to dive in. With that being said, register for the mini course, and now let's talk about some sales practices I am incorporating instead. First and foremost, I do think it's important to sell because you need to make sales to make money. But also, I worked through a lot of stuff when it came to my sales mindset because before I felt so timid to sell and I didn't want to sell because I didn't want to be that sleazy car salesman. But I've realized now if you have a good product and you have a good service, you're actually doing your ideal customer a favor by telling them about it because hopefully your product and your service is able to solve a pain point and a problem and benefits their life positively. And if that's the case, then you should tell them about it and just shout it from the rooftop because it helps people. And so that was the first sales mindset shift I had. And the next one after that is understanding that I don't need gimmicks. I don't need to pressure people into buying despite what everyone says. Like everyone's like, oh, you need to create urgency. You need to pressure people. They need to make a decision right now. Like there's all this stuff and it just makes for a really icky experience. And if people don't sign on with you in a good way, it's just going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. So I'm now trying to adopt this mindset where if I give value, if I show up, if I practice what I preach, if I do all these things, the sales will come. Of course, I'm going to be intentional and strategic about it to attract and bring in the right customers that I just talked about, but I'm not going to force it. And so I have this healthier relationship with sales now in terms of what is meant for me will come from me. And if someone wants to work with me, they will work with me. I don't need to pressure them. It might sound a bit woo-woo or whatever, but it has been so much better for my nervous system. And I'm now able to take all that anxious energy that really wasn't doing anything to be more strategic and intentional in my business. So that's been really helpful. And then being really strategic about the best practices that I implement because you don't know what other people have going on in their business. You don't know what their goals are. So you cannot just blindly copy. You need to really discern, does this make sense for me? Which is again also why I created that free Your Success Roadmap mini course because based on where you're trying to go, what your version of success is, and then where you have gaps, you can identify what strategies you need, what methods you need to incorporate. But you can't just blindly do that without knowing where you want to go. I've just been really a lot more intentional, and there's been so many best practices around you have to do a launch this way, or you have to jump on sales calls, or you have to do a live masterclass, or you have to send a gajillion and one emails for someone to buy, or you have to do a Black Friday thing. Like there's so many of these rules or have tos that I really want to challenge nowadays. And it's not to say that there isn't good reason for them, but I am now just in the stage where I'm discerning and analyzing, looking through things, thinking about it before I apply it. And that's been really helpful too, because I can really discern based on where I want to go, what I want to achieve, as well as my current bandwidth and capacity, which is so important, thinking about what you can actually do. Based on that, I then make a plan and course of action versus trying to fit everything and just dropping everything and doing this thing because this one person says it's going to work. That's really where I'm at in terms of sales nowadays. And that's really helped me be able to have my mental sanity, but also grow my business and build my business in a way where it's truly something that I'm proud of. It's not something where I'm just blindly following a bunch of people, but it is something that's my own. And I now have these systems and processes and strategies and techniques that I'm now teaching my clients too. It's been so much better, but I do firmly believe you can sustainably grow your business and build a business that's aligned with your lifestyle and your vision of success. The first step in doing that is setting the intention, which hopefully by now, as you're watching this video, you have that intention, you have that goal. And then it's just figuring out what your version of success is, which again, you can take my mini course, Your Success Roadmap, to figure that out. If you need the link again, selenaho.com/roadmap, also down below for you. But I hope this was helpful for you. Leave any questions you have down below, and I will see you in the next video.